Ba-da, 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 ba-da-da, ba-da, ba-ba-da. Hello, guys. Oh my God, my hair's still wet. Hi, how are you? We're gonna watch a video today. I ain't watched a video in a while. I haven't been watching any videos. I haven't. You know what? All this work, it's just been killing me. So I ain't been doing shit. Okay, but today we're gonna watch this. Yo, bro, I do not understand. I do. Oh shit, it's too far over. Yeah. It's the bootleg stream. I don't understand why people even listen to the Breakfast Club's political takes, bro. Like these guys are so fucking stupid, bro. These men, this man Charlemagne heard fucking Joe Biden say, "Hey, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black," and this nigga still voted for him. He's an idiot. But regardless, let's hear it.
Ramaswamy. Did I say it right?
That's actually pretty good. It's better than most
Pretty
hosts. Yeah, it's like Ramaswamy, like CD-ROM, but yeah.
What I said, Ramaswamy.
Yeah, you got it. though. It's
Ramaswamy.
Good.
Well, good morning.
Good to see you guys.
How you
Good to see
feeling?
you too.
Feeling good, guys.
You're running for president.
I am.
Running for president. Yeah, you're actually polling third behind Trump and DeSantis right now. The latest Fox poll shows you
That's
A
What's
distant third.
a distant
A
third.
distant third,
I
yes.
was about to say the third from second is huge, but what do you think you need to do to close?
Let's say, hey, bro, he's not going to win. He's not even going to win the nomination. It's cool, it's good to have that he's going to try to run, but he's not going to win at all. We already know this. He seems like a cool guy, but nah.
Close that gap.
I mean, most
He's got a bunch of people who are trying to like be new and run for president. They came at the wrong time because everybody still has like a loyalty for Trump. Like even DeSantis is cool, but it's like, yo, it's like I think that people just want to get revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like you voted my guy out, you voted Trump out. Now we gotta get him back in. So everybody's just gonna go for Trump. I don't even understand why these guys don't even notice that, but I think that's what's going to happen. And Trump's going to win, of course. Oh no! Wait, pressing the wrong thing. Here we go.
people in this country do not know who I am. So against that backdrop, the fact that
You know what's funny? All right, no quick tangent. I could stream this like from my laptop, right? I could just do it from my laptop. But I'm doing it from my Xbox for some reason. I don't fucking know, but that's something.
ahead of a vice president and a bunch of U.S.
This is fair
senators and a
use,
former
bitch.
U.S. ambassador and governors is honestly ahead of where I expected to be right now. Our goal was to be in third by the end of the year. And then you have the Iowa caucus, and then you have the New Hampshire primary. And the fact that you go those early states in order makes it possible for an outside.
We're not going to watch this whole thing. I just want to go to one part. I'm probably going to fast forward to it. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm not watch this whole thing because watching the Breakfast Club is like annoying as shit, right? It's like watching little kids try to understand politics when they don't understand politics. But this is a bitch. That's what I'm going. And yeah, she's a bitch.
When you have unelected bureaucrats that are actually setting policy. But that's a detail compared to my point, which is we need to revive the ideals that the nation was actually founded on and do a better job of aspiring to them.
And we have Teslin Figaro. I'm sure Teslin has some questions. Tez, you good?
Yes, I do.
Teslin, this bitch. Okay, get ready to hear the dumbest fucking debate ever. Well, the dumbest back and forth ever, bro. No, not even the dumbest back and forth. This bitch is so stupid. Just watch. She's fucking
I do.
retarded.
So I've heard a lot of, what you think and your vision, and I'm a very practical person, and I want to kind of opposed to talking about your opponents. Let's talk about you for a moment, and let's actually talk about your policy. Explain to me your position on this civic duty voting.
Sure. So my position is I think that every kid who graduates from high school should know the minimums about the country that we require an immigrant to know about the country in order to become a citizen.
Sounds good.
So there's a test. My mom had to pass it. Every immigrant has to pass it to this country that asks you some basic questions. What are the three branches of government? What branch of government does the U.S. president lead? Some basic questions about what is the Bill of Rights. It's like a multiple choice exam, or some of them you write in.
Hey, that sounds good. That
I
sounds great.
think that if we're going to ask immigrants to pass that test, as we should, I think every 18-year-old who graduates from high school should have to pass that as well, because young people, it goes back to that issue of pride. You don't value a country that you don't know something about. You don't value something you inherit. You value something you have a stake in creating, in building, or knowing something about. So how do we think big about this? Well, young people, as I told you, most of them, very few of them vote as it stands today. Super small numbers. And apparently 60% of them say they would rather give up their right to vote than give up TikTok. Well, I say, all right, let's take that to the next level. How about we do something?
Is that fucking true? That's fucking insane if that's true. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. We gotta fact check on the fly right now, bro. That cannot be true. That cannot be true, bro. There's no fucking way. Hold up, how do I do this? There we go. Don't look at none of that. Rather, I can't type. Give up voting than TikTok. Yo, bro, that is stupid. Recent PDF that 60% of young adults who have TikTok accounts would rather give up their voting rights than social media. Bro, what? What? That is sad, bro. That is fucking sad.
That raises the voting age from 18 to 25, but you still get to vote at 18. Mm-hmm. If you just pass that same civics test that an immigrant has to pass in order to vote. And tests aren't for everybody, so be it. Then you at least serve in the military or a first responder role for 6 months.
Service grant.
That's my civic duty voting proposal. And the reason is, I'll actually make a prediction. I think youth voting in this country will skyrocket. After from a very low level right now, it will skyrocket because you value something you actually have to earn. And I think that this is not a left-wing or right-wing point. We all have duties as citizens, right? You know, we aspire to free market.
Side tangent. Look at this shit right here. Look at this bullshit. Watch this. See, love is love, bro. Love is love. You know what that's gonna go to? Kids. Oh man. So old man. He loves a little kid. Love is love.
Capitalism, right? Materialist advance. And that's the life I've lived as well, by the way. My parents came to this country with not a lot of money. I've lived the American dream. I've made a lot of money by building businesses. That's one side of what it means to be an American. But part of it is we also have duties to this country. And I think the more we wake that up, actually, the voting age only became 18 in 1971 in the context of the Vietnam draft. So I just think reviving those ideas is going to be good for us.
A lot. So let's prove your point. Nick, our camera guy, do you know the 3 branches of the federal government?
Over 24, so it don't matter.
But I'm just saying,
let's see if I know. The executive, the legislative, and the... Wait. Executive, legislative, and the... Fuck, man. I'm stupid. God damn it. I don't know. I'm retarded. Executive, judicial. Got it. Boom. Smart. Executive, legislative, and judicial, right?
Oh, there are 24. Red, do you know the 3 branches?
Watch me be all loud and all right.
Executive.
Well, I got a test. I got a test. I would like to see if you're willing to pass. Because I believe.
They said, was I wrong? Let's see.
I'm saying, but nobody knows there are 24. Red, do you know the 3 branches?
Executive.
Well, I got a test. I got a test. I would like to see if you're willing to pass. Because I believe in, just as you believe in civic engagement, I believe in changing the ideas of what political opponents look like, what they should look like, or political candidates. Are you willing to take a test with me quickly? Because I just have a couple of questions for you.
I will. Absolutely. And the way this is opening up.
And by the way, I haven't seen this full thing. I've only seen like little clips and shit, but like people aren't responding the way that like haven't seen all of this, but I've seen like small amounts. But a lot of people don't like respond the right way. They're like, ah, yeah, she just nah. You gotta listen to what the fuck she says. Listen to what the fuck she says and respond to what she's saying because it's so stupid.
I have a feeling I'm about to fail it, but that's good. Let's do it.
That's right. Yeah. Just for clarity, I am an independent. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican.
Cool.
I think that's
She's a Democrat. She's a fucking Democrat. I hate when these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers try to make themselves seem neutral, but they're never neutral. Like you know an independent when you see an independent. She's not a fucking independent.
important for the premise of the argument, because I know you did a lot of debating at Harvard. I also want to make it clear these are the same questions that I asked liberal Democrat Marianne Williamson. So I want to make sure that we put that out there as well, just to kind of set the foundation.
I'm open
test.
to being humbled. Let's do this.
Okay, great. Let's go. So you mentioned, the pride of being an American and how important it is to have pride in this country. I'm also a veteran, by the way, for the United States Air Force. So when is it that you voted for the first time?
I voted in 2020.
I voted for the first time 2016. Wait. Yeah, 2016. Shit. Bro, I'm so stupid. I'm like, wait, did I get that wrong? Yeah, 2016.
Okay, so you're how old again?
I'm 37 years old.
Wait, 2016, that was what, like, shit, fuck. All right, don't look at me. I'm stupid. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 7 years ago. First time I voted, I was 24. First time I voted, 24.
So for how many years you sat around and did not get involved at all in any civic engagement? Is that my understanding?
A long time is the answer.
All right, and this is stupid. Like any civic engagement. What is civic engagement? Would taxes count as civic engagement? Like you paying taxes? Because that would be engaging. So that's a stupid fucking question.
And actually, that's what I wrote this book about. I'm not holding myself out as some sort of model. I'm actually offering myself as a self-reflection of my journey as a citizen to whom this country has given much, right? As an adult, when you have kids, it changes your perspectives. I'm very honest about that. Absolutely.
Okay, no problem. So let's go deeper into the self-reflection. So you've sat around for, and sir, I'm being as respectful as I possibly can. Please don't take anything
and you don't even have to be. And you don't even have to be. So take it off and let's go.
So you've been sitting around in the country that my ancestors built for about 20 years.
First of all, that's a fucking weird thing to say. You've been sitting around. Like I don't even know this guy, but I know he has been working. That's not fucking sitting around. Secondly, ancestors built the country. That fucking ancestor, like this bitch is light skinned, bro. I'm tired of these fucking light skinned motherfuckers keep claiming like the light skinned motherfuckers. They never want to acknowledge their white side or whatever side they are. She might be Asian. She might got a little Asian in her or something. They never want to acknowledge that side. They always want to fucking sit around and talk about, oh yeah, pro black is motherfucker. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Your ancestor ain't built shit. Why'd she take a 23andMe and she came from, she fucking ancestor came on Merriweather or whatever that fucking shit was called. I think it's Mayflower. It's Merriweather.
Your parents came over as immigrants, brought you over. You made millions.
Brought him over. I don't know much about this guy, but I know damn well he's American. You can't even run for president unless you were born in America. So what the fuck are you talking about?
According to your
like, that's a dumb question right there. Like that's the most idiot. You know nothing about politics if you don't know that you have to be born in America to run for president. And if you're interviewing someone who is running for president, clearly he wasn't brought over here. That's a stupid fucking question.
Resume off of this country, and you have absolutely not been involved in civics. One, not voting, and two, let me just ask, because I know you mentioned earlier you don't want to sit around at the debate and talk about accomplishments. Let's make the accomplishments pretty simple. In high school, were you ever a class president or take any leadership role? Because your opponent did. Chris Christie, he was the class.
So in order for you to be a president, you have to engage in some type of fucking class president. You gotta be in the student council or something to run for president. That's the dumbest shit you can ever say. That's dumb as fuck.
President. So
Yeah, I
have you
did.
ever
I mean,
taken any leadership at all on
I have.
anything or just
Can I just correct a couple factual things
Sure.
that are kind of important? My parents didn't bring me over to the country. I was
Okay,
born in
scratch
this
that off
country, and
then.
I'm proud
No,
of it.
Oh, nice. So he was born in this country. I was right.
That-
no, I know
that's-
you were born here in Ohio.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Ohio.
you mentioned my
I'm
parents
saying your
brought me.
parents were
You
immigrants.
said-
My apologies.
You know, that's all right. You said your parents brought you over to this country. I
Yeah,
thought I
my
would set
apologies.
that record straight.
I mean, they were immigrants, but let's
They
not
were
go down.
But that doesn't even matter. Like you're so fucking like. If I was him, I wouldn't even acknowledge anything else she says because if she says, if you're talking to person that's trying to be a president, the president of the United States, and you don't know that you have to be born here to be a the president of the United States, you're a fucking retard. I'm not listening to anything else you're saying.
On the water
Oh
hole.
no, we're not going to water. I just want to correct a couple facts, and then the other thing
Yeah,
is,
you were born here in Ohio.
I was
correct?
born in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's right.
Right. So
Yeah.
you've been here your entire life. So the question
That's
is,
right.
did you take any leadership role in middle school, high school, class president?
I did.
I know
yeah,
you played
yeah.
tennis. What is it? Explain it to us.
Student council. But you know, I think that this is yes, I've held leadership roles over my life, but those don't qualify me to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
That's
it kind of
just-
does.
Okay,
well, it
well,
kind of does. Well,
Oh, it does. Leadership roles. Let's think of a leadership role that you can take. In middle school, right? I was a manager at a pool. So pool operations manager. I was the leader of that pool. Qualifies me to be a president. Why the fuck does leadership like any type of leadership like that in your middle school or high school? Why does that even matter? Fucking student council in the middle school, bro. That qualifies you to be a president? Nigga, you don't have to do anything political in your like your K through 12 education and you can be the best president in the world. Listen, you don't even have to go to school at all. And I guarantee you there's one person who never went to school, never went to college, at least, I'm gonna say. Guarantee you there's someone who's never been to college who could be like the best president of the United States.
well, I'm giving the test. I'm the test
Okay,
administrator.
all right, there you go.
So it kind of does because when you go from saying I want to go to the highest office,
And I'll tell
of
you,
the land-
I've led companies as well. Is the other leader?
Right,
The
well,
main leadership
right, but-
role I played is and I want to talk about one early part of your premise that I also want to say
Mm-hmm.
to bring it to the country point. The other point, you use the word sitting around. You know,
President of a company. Wait, is that what he said? I think he said president of a company.
leadership
but-
role I played is and I want to talk about one early.
Hold up, I missed it.
Yes, I've held leadership roles over my life, but those don't qualify me to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
That's
it kind of
just-
does.
Okay,
well,
well,
it kind of does. Well, I'm giving the test. I'm the test
Okay,
administrator.
all right, there you go.
So it kind of does because when you go from saying I want to go to the highest office,
And I'll tell
of
you,
the land-
I've led companies as well. Is the other leader?
Led companies, that's like a really big leadership role right there. You got so much to worry about when you're leading a company. So let's see what she says about that.
Right,
The
well,
main leadership
right, but-
role I played is and I want to talk about one early part of your premise that I also want to say to bring it to the country point. The other point, you use the word sitting around. You know, I'm not somebody who's saying I want the next generation, my kids' generation, to have more civic duties when they graduate from high school and college than I did when I did. That being said, I wasn't sitting around. I've developed medicines, 5 of which are FDA-approved products today, one of which is a life-saving therapy in kids, 20 of whom die by
What? Talk about civic engagement, bro. Like this man's saving lives. What the fuck?
the age of 3 if they're not treated, 70% of whom now live lives of a normal duration. Another one for prostate cancer. So I don't apologize
excuse
for
me,
making
sir.
What, 2? Talk about civic engagement. This man is saving lives, bro. What the fuck is she talking about?
contributions. But
right. Well, I don't want you to filibuster that
No worries.
because
Just
that's
not-
not.
Filibusters, man. This man is responding filibuster. You just levied a bunch of accusations, false accusations. No leadership roles. You were brought here.
Not the
Sitting-
question that I asked, and I don't consider as a veteran. I'm talking about service. I'm not talking about.
You know what I noticed? I'm not a veteran. I've never served in the army or anything like that. But I've noticed, like, A bunch of these people who have never seen combat or anything, like they probably was like they served and then they were just stationed in the US. They had to do their fucking training every month. I mean, like once a month or some shit like that. All of them be like, yeah, as a veteran. Like, you talk to real veterans that never seen combat or people who are actually proud that they serve, they never say, I'm a veteran. They chill with that shit because they know that shit ain't like it's not like something to just like brag about. Like you're a veteran. Like you served your country because you wanted to serve your country. People who are proud to serve their country don't mention that they serve their country all the fucking time. So I guarantee you she didn't do she didn't see combat and she wasn't in no leadership role. She was just a fucking little person.
what you
Civic
did for
service.
profit. I'm not talking about what you paid people to do with
Yeah,
your
so
company.
I've
I'm
not
not talking
served.
about
I've
that
not served the country
because that
in the way
means
you
nothing
have.
to me.
You do
What I'm
realize
talking,
she
what
hasn't
I
been
am
able to ask a question. She's been trying
Go
to ask
for
a
it,
question,
yeah.
and she
Who is this fucking piece of shit guy? She asked him several questions that he wasn't able to respond to thoughtfully throughout the whole time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Like, me, like I hate these people. She wasn't able to ask a question. She asked several questions, dumbass.
you've been talking over her,
I'm
and
all ears.
we gave you the platform to let you say
Seem a
what
I'm
little
all
you
ears.
said.
defensive.
I'm all ears. No,
she
no, I
hasn't-
was
she
just
hasn't-
correcting
she
a couple
hasn't had a chance
facts.
to
That's
ask a
all.
question.
Seem a little. This guy is just responding, and Charlemagne said you seem a little defensive. Okay, first of all, if he is a little defensive, he has a fucking right to be. She just said he wasn't born here. He doesn't. He just been sitting around. He doesn't do. He's not qualified to be a fucking president. Fuck you, Charlemagne. You're a dumbass.
And yet every
Go
time
ahead,
she
Ted,
tries
ask
to
the
ask a
question.
question, you've been cutting her off. Go ahead,
I'm
Tess.
all ears.
Right. So your question, so my question again is you're trying to your goal is to raise the standard and you're saying you want people to believe in country and you want people to have civic engagement. And sir, I just find it very telling that you haven't had any civic engagement at all and haven't been at all. And when I say sit around, I don't mean you haven't done anything. I'm talking about in regards to service because one thing about
What is the biggest? What other service? What the fuck have you done? You, Charlemagne, that other fucking dumbass that's on there. What have y'all done? Have y'all done anything? Anything to the level of saving fucking lives with medicine, bro? The fuck are you talking about? That's so stupid.
political office, the same way that you want to change how people look at politics and look at this country. I want to change how people look at politicians. And when I see that someone hasn't did anything at all to be of service to mankind, to take a leadership role, it's not good enough.
Service to mankind, bro. Life-saving medicine. Nah, they ain't shit.
To just be on city student council. Were you a leader? All of that applies. Have you been able to get anybody in the room at any time, from a high school gymnasium to Ohio, Republican leadership there to now? Have you been able to get anybody in a room to believe in this vision? I don't agree with a lot of your visions.
Sounds like he got a lot of people in the room to create life-saving fucking medicine, you fucking idiot.
Statement, but I do know you've been going around having these discussions and getting everybody emotionally worked up to talk about vision and debate. But I want to get to the practical. You're trying to go from preschool to president of the United States. You're skipping over city council, county council.
Listen. Tangent. But the Breakfast Club, I know they make a lot of fucking money. Get a proper fucking green screen, okay? Like my shit fucks up. I know you guys see the fucking line in my shit, like when they talking and stuff. My shit's fucked, but I'm just a guy in his mom's basement, all right? I ain't got shit, but at least get a fucking proper green screen. I got a green screen. My shit's great. I don't use the shit because I don't have no use for it, but get a fucking get a proper setup.
Mayor, governor, you want to go straight to the top. So my question is this a PR? Is this for the PR, the perception of reality? Or can you point to any leadership where you've been able to get people to believe in what you're talking about that they're not paid to do on any of these vision statements that you
I said it can't be paid to do it. People should just do it for free. Everybody gets paid to do something, bro. If you becoming a president, if you have people on in your cabinet or whatever, I feel like thinking, if you have people under you, you're paying them, right? Well, the country is paying them, but they're getting paid to do work. Even in nonprofits, people are still getting paid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's dumb as shit.
have.
Like, even if you like volunteer, right? Like, you're doing it for free. You know how you would get paid? Like, I'm pretty sure you can get that as a tax write-off if you do that. So you're still getting paid, like, in some fucking way. You're still getting something for yourself if you do it.
If not, then to me it's a mute point because you're holding a standard that you haven't met yourself.
You know your heart's beating, you're
Oh
ready
no.
to go.
Oh no. Oh no, don't listen to
You
it.
don't know what you're about to
So if you're
Okay, and hold up. Standard that he's not sending himself. Okay. If I learned from my past mistakes, like, we, you learn from your past mistakes and you want people to do better than what you've done. That's how you build up society. You don't do the same things over and over again. You be like, oh, I see my mistake and I want the rest of the country to do better than I did. So what the fuck are you talking about? That's so stupid.
only gonna
Like I didn't engage in politics or even care about politics or news or shit like that till I was like fucking 24. Now I care about it, but I agree with what he said. Does that mean that for some reason I'm like I'm a hypocrite or something? Just because I'm like, oh shit, I should have did that in my past. Now I want other people to do because I will tell my kids to be engaged in politics when they're like younger. Like focus, like pay attention to this shit. It's not a negative on him that he's saying it now. Like what are you talking about? Like this person is so fucking stupid.
count government service. You're
No,
absolutely
not government
right.
service.
Okay.
Student council in the 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th, where you
Yeah.
He just said that he did it. You fucking Nimrod.
leader? Did you do anything to rally anybody? Did you fight for better lunch? I did in the 6th grade with Miss Harris.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about government. I can go all the way back from the 5th grade every year, sir.
Wow, you rallied people for lunch. Oh, better lunch. That's so great. Hello, Miss Harris. We're daughter of this rectangle pizza. Me and my boys, we want some meatloaf with gravy. I'm gonna run for president in the future, so this qualifies me.
Because people who are in service to this country, if you're going to go around saying you want people to believe in this country that I signed up to die for, then I want to make sure that you're holding that same
Signed up to die for. Signed up to die for. I am pretty sure she didn't sign up to die for anything. Why you join the Air Force if you signed up to die? What is, let's see. Let's see. I'm curious. Oh, so curious. Oh, so curious. So curious right now. I don't know where my thing went. No, I can't find my window. I can't find my window. Uh, uh, because she said Air Force, right? Hmm. Aviation accidents resulted in 32 casualties. Wow. Air Force. 32 people died. All right, 1991. 26 were killed on duty. 2006 is 2016. that's a long time, but 2016, 240 lost their lives due to aviation mishaps. That's not even dying in battle, bro. In 2018 alone, 24 USAF aviation accidents, 24 accidents resulting in 32 casualties. So it seems like to me you picked the safest branch to be in, one of the safest branches to be in. I'm pretty sure the Coast Guard is probably safer than that. Oh, because Coast Guard deal with like pirates and shit. Safest. Sign up to die for shit. Look at that face. Ugh.
Standards. So not government, not political. Let's not get it
Yeah.
confused. I'm saying, have you did anything of service that we can point to say he is a good leader? Like Chris, and I'm not even a fan of Chris Christie,
Yeah.
but he was the student council president in high school. So have you done anything of service besides your
Christie was a student council in high school. Make this man the president, bro. To make him president, he was student council. That's all. What was he doing though? Like, what was he doing?
self that has not benefited yourself? It's just a simple question.
Benefit himself. He created medicines, bro. What are you talking about?
So the acts of service that I have performed are small, so small that I don't even want to talk about them to boast. But yes,
Humble man right there.
have I volunteered for this country? Yes, I have. I've always been interested in
let's talk
healthcare.
about it. It's okay to talk about
Bethesda
the small
North. I
things.
mean,
think
these
that
are small
matters.
things, right? But thank you.
No, well, just let's just mention it. Just
Bethesda
for fun.
North
So
Hospital.
it's really a no?
No, it's not a no. It's
He just said, yeah. He just doesn't want to talk about it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, that's because people like her, they don't do things like she just says, right? People like this guy, when they do stuff, they don't mention it, right? People who actually genuinely care about people, they don't mention the shit they do. Like some people might like, let me think, like Mr. Beast, okay? This man does his shit and he posts about it because him posting about it will probably he's got a large following, so it'll make other people want to do the same thing, and then he can use the money that he make for posting those videos to pass out more money to or do more shit for other people. Makes sense. But people like her, they like to boast about it just to make themselves feel good, look good.
just something I don't like boasting about. I
Well,
volunteer.
we're not boasting. It's an
Not
interview.
boasting.
You're
There we go.
boasting on your vision and
Look,
everything else.
I think
you
one of the
boasted on
things-
the millions of dollars that you made. So let's just throw it out. So in
I-
sixth
but
grade,
you
I'll give you an
asked him,
example.
you
I'll help you
stupid
out.
bitch.
In sixth grade, Miss Harris, Miss Harris was Let me give you an example because maybe you're confused. In the sixth grade, Miss Harris was snatching papers from everybody in the classroom. So me as a 10-year-old, I went to the principal and said, I'm tired of Miss Harris snatching papers. And I'll organize the students around getting Miss Harris to stop snatching papers. Now, there was
Bro, what the fuck? Snatching papers. Oh yeah, civic duty. Shut the fuck up.
a consequence for
Like this is what I'm thinking about. Like I don't like I've seen so many reactions to this shit. I'm like, yo, everybody's getting like all technical and a bunch of shit. I want to be technical, but then sometimes it's just things that this motherfucker says just what make me want to say, you're a stupid bitch. Like, what are you talking about? This man created fucking life-saving medicine. You're saying, oh, I stopped my teacher from snatching papers. Wow. Gotta give me another beer.
everybody in the classroom. So me as a 10-year-old, I went to the principal and said, I'm tired of Miss Harris snatching papers. And I'll organize the students around getting Miss Harris to stop snatching papers. Now, there was a consequence for that. I got suspended for 5 days for talking back, and I got in trouble. I got a spanking, and I was on punishment for months and months. But that is a simple way of organizing people.
Wait, hold up. If she was legit snatching papers, which who knows that means, like you were handing paper and she snatched it, like whatever. Okay, and you got in trouble for it. Even your parents, like, and parents are usually like, yeah, my kids are right, right? So you did nothing.
So I want you to kind of boast about it the way you did the millions of dollars and said what you did with the drug, the pharmaceutical.
Bro, why you saying boast about it when you question? You asked him what the fuck he did. He just said it. He said, Bro said, I created. She asked, "What have you done?" He says, "Oh, I created this. I made a couple million. I made $1 million company. Blah blah blah, and pharmaceutical shit. Blah blah blah." She's like, "Well, why you posting about it, bitch? You asked them."
companies. What leadership can you point to that you've been able to rally anybody around anything that is of service that you did not pay anybody to do? I think that's important for the next president of the United States.
Sure. So I've always been drawn to healthcare. That's why I ended up founding companies in that space. When I was in high school, part of what drew me into it was that I was a volunteer at a local hospital.
Nice.
I actually became the leader of that group of volunteers
Nice.
that actually discharged women who had recently given birth. That was it. Nothing big to it.
Did you do anything we can point to stand out?
But I want to say something about that, because I say that in the book. If I'm being really honest, why did I do that in high school? A part of the motivation, I'll be just brutally honest with you, was that's actually what allows you to get into a good college.
I changed the way the screen looks just because I don't like seeing the Breakfast Club in my fucking shit. I did it too late, but whatever. I'm probably gonna have to move it around again. But yeah.
When you graduated,
Right,
you want
so
to check
it was
the box
about
of
so
community
it was
service.
about you.
So
it
there
was
an
about
element.
self.
So there's that, and I'm admitting that in a way that very few other people do. But I got to be honest about it.
How many of you think that she actually joined the Air Force for service of the country? Because she just said it was just about him doing that stuff. Okay? So how many people actually think that she joined the Air Force and was like, "Oh yeah, I love this country. Let me join the Air Force." Or maybe, just maybe, she did it for the money? Maybe she did it for free college? Maybe. And why aren't you still serving? If you love the country so much, if you all about service, why aren't you still serving? Ah, because you don't really fucking care.
That was a big part of why I did it.
Yeah,
when
it
I
was about
graduate-
self, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to give it back to the guys.
if I
I'm
can-
going to be honest about it with you.
Yep.
Leadership is not about self.
I agree
And
with
so
you on
what
that. I
what
agree
I
with you
just
on
heard,
that.
what I just
All right, that's just stupid. And I don't agree with him saying he agrees. Leadership can most certainly be about self, right? If I want to make a lot of money for myself, I want to make a lot of money, and I start a business so I can make a lot of money. If I hire some people, because I want them to make money as well, I'm still doing it for selfish reasons, but I'm a good leader because I'm not only doing it for me, I'm doing it for other people. Like you can do stuff for yourself and then it still counts. I mean, it's still like you're doing it for other people as well, right? So if like say you want to be a cop, right? You want to be a cop because you want to help people. You want to help other people. But you want to get paid to do it. You're still doing it for other people, but you're still doing it for yourself as well. So like it's not one or the other, right? Yeah, it's not one or the other. You can be a good leader and still be about yourself. Shit, man. If you're in the army or you got a platoon that's under you, you want to bring your whole platoon back alive, right? If you're in a battle, you want to bring your whole platoon back alive, or your whole company, or your whole like squad back alive, right? That includes you. You want to go back alive. You might be thinking about them first, but you're still thinking about yourself. It's not like you're just gonna run off into the fucking fray and fucking get shot the fuck up. Because you're still thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about them as well. You probably think about them first, but you're still thinking about yourself. You think about how to make all of you guys survive. So that's just fucking stupid.
heard is that everything is about you. And to be honest with you, this is just a PR campaign, sir, to be honest with you. And I think you're trying to go further to the right because you want the Republicans to accept you as a man of color. And I think the only way you think
You know how racist it is, and I hate hearing this shit. Because anytime um I don't like saying person of color, like Indian, black, Asian, Anybody says anything that goes against the Democratic Party, that's how you know she's a fucking Democrat. She's not an independent because she doesn't think anybody else can think anything. Like, these people don't think that anybody of color can think in another direction. You can't agree with the Republicans because you are such color. You are a fucking racist for saying that. That's that white in you. It's coming. I'm joking. Not all white people are racist, but that's that white in you. It's coming out. Yeah.
You can
Fucking
do that
idiot.
is to be so extreme
I appreciate your
with
opinion.
your positions, and I think you need to do a little bit more work in service. I'll give it back to you
Let me
guys.
let me
You
let me
failed the
let me
test,
ask,
by the
because she
way.
did ask me a question, and then you guys
You see how sick and this you see how she did? It's just like, yeah, 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 yeah. You failed the test, by the way. All right, I'm done talking. I'll give it back to you guys. She wasn't talking about him. She was talking about Charlemagne and other fucking idiot in his goddamn studio.
said you wanted to hear a response, but I think I heard an expression of opinion. So just I just want to make sure you're all done before I respond to it.
Go ahead.
No,
all
just
set?
wanting to say that even then, I would still want you to point out, even at the hospital, something that you did that made you stand out on when actually taking a leadership role. But you already answered it. You said you
And if you listen through this whole thing, she's fucking switching the goalposts all the time. She's like, have you done any like fucking student council and shit in school? He was like, yeah, I did student council. Well, yeah, have you ever had a leadership role? Yeah, I led some companies. Blah, 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 blah. Have you had a leadership role that didn't uh serve you alone? Yeah, I did that too. In those leadership roles, have you did anything that made you stand out specifically? Like what? Why you keep on moving the goalposts?
did it because it was a motivation to get in college.
Exactly,
Which means it was
I'm being
about
very
you.
honest about that. But
Everything has been about you.
Listen to what she said. I didn't. She said, example for herself. She said, I didn't. I didn't. What she said? She said, I didn't like the school lunches. That's about you. She said, I didn't like that this was snatching papers. That was about you. She said she joined the Air Force. I guarantee that's about her. like, no shot. She did that out of fucking civic duty. She did that shit because it was like, oh, I can get these benefits. School, student, college and shit. Oh yeah, I mean college and shit. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm doing it.
So as a veteran,
let me tell you something. I
it's
appreciate
very
your
hard for me to follow leaders.
As a veteran, bitch ain't no veteran. She probably did those. What is it? 6 years. She probably did those 6 years. Signed that contract. Is it 6 years? Fuck! Now I got fact check myself. Ah, let's see. Let's see. Uh, Air Force contract. Links. Looks good. 5 years. Commitment service secondary graduates who do not receive rated flow on training is 5 years. What the fuck? 10 years Air Force, blah blah blah. Eh. Bam it, bam it, bam it, bam it, bam it. I'm gonna say 5 years. Air Force, 4 to 6 years. 4 years. Okay, so you did fucking 4 years in the Air Force. I guarantee it. She only served for 4 years and she got the fuck out of there. Just so she can get the benefits. She's not a fucking. When I say veteran, man. I don't know. When people say veteran, they use that term loosely. Like, very loosely. Yeah. Yeah, I had to look that definition up. When I look at the definition of veteran, I think about when people say they're a veteran, I think about the main, like the colloquial definition of veteran, a person who has had a long experience in a particular field, right? So she's not. I guarantee she's not a veteran. 4 years is not long. That's the minimum contract. So no, she's not a veteran.
that make everything about them. So you might want to work on that because it's a lot of veterans and Republicans. So you might want to work on that talking point and maybe do some volunteering while.
And who thinks that this bitch knows anything about Republicans? I guarantee you, I'm like a majority. I'm not going to say all. I'm gonna say majority of Republicans or majority of veterans agree with the fuck this guy says that you need to actually know about the country before you get the vote about what happens in the country. Mm, yeah, or do some type of fucking military service. Me, I think military service is great. Like, if you want to vote, you have to either. I like what he said. You gotta actually pass the test to actually vote, or you have to serve in the army or the military, army, Marines. Fuck the Air Force. Not fuck the Air Force, but fuck the Air Force. Not like fuck the Air Force, but like fuck the Air Force.
On the campaign trail. I'm going to give it back to Charlemagne and Envy.
Yeah,
You see how he was trying to respond before she started talking, and he was like, and now she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give it back to Charlemagne and fucking retard guy."
once I want to be respectful. Want to make sure you got everything you wanted to on the table before I respond to that.
If this was just us, it would be a lot more.
You guys tell me. I'm the guest on your show. You tell me when I'm good to speak.
Go ahead.
You sure? Mm-hmm. You sure about that? If we're good.
Yeah, we're sure.
So I think there's a different worldview.
And he knows that she was speaking a shit ton because he was like, "Oh, you sure? You sure you want me to talk?" Because like last time when I tried to talk, when it was my fucking when I thought it was my time to talk, y'all got a problem with it now. Sorry,
that we have. And I think the worldview is how one actually makes contributions in a country. I do not believe that there's a separate category of just if you're serving the country and then if you're acting in self-interest, that's somehow sinful or wrong. I reject that vision. To the contrary, I think capitalism is the best system known to man to lift people up from poverty. I deeply respect and I thank you for your service to this country. I'm grateful for it. I haven't served the country in the way that you have. But I think that the way you get ahead in capitalism, how did I develop a multi-billion-dollar biotech company? It was by developing medicines that save people's lives.
Charlemagne, shut the fuck up. Like, what? A lot of people think capitalism causes probably. So you listen to a lot of people think the earth is flat. Those people are fucking idiots. How did you make it, Charlemagne? Could have been capitalism. You providing a service that someone wants and they give you something and you give them something. Oh, maybe. Fucking idiot.
A lot of people say capitalism causes poverty.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I think that capitalism demands that you provide something to someone that helps them more than you're actually charging them for it. That's the only way.
That's
the
a
tried
business
and true
model,
way
sir. That's
it
not
is a business
service.
model. It's not. I'm not
That's
saying
not
it's
service.
I'm saying it's having an impact on society.
An elected official is service. That's the disconnect.
That's right. So
that you're
now,
missing that they didn't teach
I'm moving on to there are phases of our lives where we do different things.
Well, you're moving straight.
Why the fuck did she even say anything about service? He said he thinks that capitalism. He was just talking about the economic system. He said nothing about service. What the fuck are you talking about?
Straight all the way up to President of the United States.
You know, I don't view it as a hierarchy. I don't view it as a hierarchy. I don't believe in
hold up. I thought you said it was his time to fucking talk, you stupid bitch. Let him talk.
Hierarchies. The hierarchy is the way the bureaucracy works. I don't believe in so we have a difference in opinion.
You also don't believe in service, and that's where we're having a disconnect.
Well, I disagree with you on that. I just disagree with you on that.
I think it's whack that you're proposing to revoke voting rights for 18 to 24-year-olds unless they meet certain qualifications, but you never exercised your rights.
Well, so long. So most young people don't. Is the whole point. Well, so Charlemagne, let me ask you a question. Do you think the
largest voter turnouts have been over the last couple of elections, few elections?
My God, man. Like, this is why I say I don't know why anyone listens to these idiots. He specifically said young people. And this nigga says the last couple election turnouts have been the most people that have voted. First of all, Our population has been fucking growing, you fucking idiots. So of course it's gonna be fucking bigger than a bro. The population is growing. The people that are voting, the fucking the mail-in ballots and all that that grew the fucking numbers of voters and shit like that. Like, what are you talking about? You tell me, tell me you don't, tell me you know nothing about the political. Damn it. I was about to go on a rant and then I fucked myself. Tell me you know nothing about politics without saying you know nothing about politics.
Still vote at a very low rate. But let me ask you a question. What do you think about high school students being required to pass the civics test? What's your perspective on that?
The one that you proposed?
The one that every immigrant has to pass in order to enter the country. If every high school student has to pass that before they graduate, what's your take on that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay, good. Now let me tell you
No.
something about the law as it exists today. Men in this country, not women, but men are required by
Men are required to serve this fucking country, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that men are required to serve the country because, you know, you need people to, and if you're a man, you should want to serve the country that you're living in, that you're benefiting from. I have no problem with that. But men are required to sign up for the selective service.
law to register with the selective service, age 18 to 25. That's the draft. We don't have a draft.
You know what that means? All men will automatically have the right to vote. Women would be the ones who would have to pass the test. Since men already have to sign up for the selective service, shit, women is the only one who would be the only ones who have to pass the test.
But men have to register. If you don't, they put you in prison. At least they can. It's a criminal offense if you don't. My view is I would decriminalize that. I don't like the government telling you what you can.
God damn it. I thought he was going to go with saying that's a good thing, but he didn't. But whatever.
And cannot do. That's not the American way.
Correction. The government always tells you what you can or cannot do. You cannot murder. You cannot steal. You cannot collect rainwater in some fucking states. Like, the government always tells you what you can or cannot do. It's not right because it's supposed to be a free fucking country, but yeah.
But if you want to enjoy the civic privilege of voting, then I think it is perfectly legitimate to say you have to at least know something about the country or have served that country, one or the other. Absolutely. Now, I think that what do we actually care about, right? What do we? I mean, we can do the personal attack thing. We care about the country. We care about the country.
The cornerstone of democracy, though.
Voting is the cornerstone of democracy. I have not. Yeah, that's right. And you know.
So he didn't exercise it. So I'm done with this, bro. Like I wasn't gonna watch this whole thing anyway. I'm done. Like these guys are so fucking stupid. Like I don't understand why anyone listens to these guys' political takes, bro. Because they're so fucking stupid, dude. Mm. But anyway, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go stream on Twitch and I'm going to go debate some people on Discord, hopefully, because a lot of them just talk about like drama shit. But that's what I'm gonna do. If you want to, follow me over on Twitch. Same name, Iceman Heat Boy 1. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing here. And when I say same thing, it's like a lot of people they try to like adhere to the fucking YouTube gods and shit. I don't because I don't need to be monetized. I don't give a fuck about being monetized. So person, all that shit. I ain't gotta worry about that. The only thing I won't do is shit that'll make me get fucking banned. That's it. Cussing and shit, I don't give a fuck. Saying fucking faggot shit like that, I don't need it. I don't need it. You can say that on YouTube. Probably going to get demonetized, but I don't give a fuck about being monetized. So if you like this content, please subscribe. I don't do any of the editing shit. I don't do any of the fucking, well, I rarely do any of the uploading shit, like videos, because I'm lazy. Okay, I got a full-time job. All right, so if I get on there, it's just gonna be all live. So follow me if you want. Follow me.